Blues' winning run came to an end at Hull last week, and despite the disappointment, Gary Rowett isn't getting too downhearted by the defeat.
Again, there was fine margins in the game. I think we came across an excellent team that perhaps on the day were a little bit stronger and a little bit more powerful and just a bit more quality on the day, which you'd expect to go into an ex-Premier League side away from home. Difficult game regardless of the circumstances. Didn't think there was huge amounts in the game. I think small margins, like you say, if Jacques Magoma's shot goes in, then it changes the game slightly. But listen, we hold our hands up, and like I said before, if we'd have said 5 games ago that we're going to win 4 of them and lose 1 of them, I don't think we'd have been too worried which one it was that we lost. The fact that we won 4 was a massive positive run for us, and we've got to try and spark off another run, and that's how we always look at it. A defeat sometimes is the start of growing again, or the start of another run, and that's how we'll always view it. We'll never get too bothered by it or too downhearted. Of course, we don't like losing, but I think you've got to view some things positively as well. If you think of last year, apart from ourselves and possibly Brighton, the rest has settled down pretty much into what most people would expect it to settle down into. Derby up there, Hull up there, Middlesbrough up there. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 other teams up there as well that should be. Burnley as well, So that's it. So we're acceptant of that. But when I say some clubs have got a little bit of something we haven't got, I also believe that we've got a little bit of something that some of the other clubs haven't got. So I'm not trying to take anything away from the team. What I'm trying to do is rationalise sometimes why occasionally we might be beat by a better team on the day.
Last season, Blues took 4 points from Saturday's opponents, Wolves, who currently occupy 15th place in the Championship. But the manager isn't reading too much into Wanderers' start and expects an even contest.
I think the main thing for me is that we have to be at our very best. I think the only benefit to that form for us is that we're confident going into it. But I don't think, you can look at that and say, well, that gives Wolves added incentive to want to win and want to kickstart a run for them. So I really don't think it makes any difference at all. I think what it means is that we've got to try and put them under pressure early in the game and see how they cope with that. But listen, you've got an experienced manager, a very good team. So I think it'll be a pretty evenly matched contest.
This week marked a year since Gary Rowett took over at Blues, and although the manager has quite rightly taken the plaudits for the remarkable turnaround, he's keen to hail the importance of his backroom staff.
I think that that's something that's very difficult for me to articulate at times because, of course, as a manager, most of the focus is on you and the team. But I think that's been a huge factor in the 12 months. I think the staff around the place. I said this when we first came in, and I said the same at Burton Albion, that we have to, regardless of the financial situation, regardless of where you are in the league system, you have to try and run the team like a Premier League club, and that means the structure behind the manager for the players to be able to improve, and the players can only improve if you've got good people in all of the departments. So the medical department at the minute has got great synergy with each other and are keeping players on the pitch. The sports science department is making the team fitter and stronger all the time, and the coaching team likewise, the analysis team the same, the recruitment team. So there's so many people. In fact, I took the staff out the other day to show them a small thanks, and there were 20 of them, and all 20 turned up, and all 20 are integral to what we're doing. And like you say, from my point of view, I can only thank them for their incredible work over the last 12 months, and I think that it'd be nice to be able to share that with some of the fans, because I think that is a massive factor in our progress over the last 12 months.